Hey, ma'ams and sirs. Welcome, as always, to the single most influential podcast in the history of Torrington, Connecticut, where my brain is constantly racing and the star tries to stay ahead of it. Where the sophisticated, aristocratic folks probably just won't get it. It's a melting pot of irrelevant thoughts and teed-up blowing elephant snots. Like Pee Wee Herman jokes, it's elegant. Not. It's an ongoing saga with a hella thin plot. We're always looking to entertain and have a laugh. We're live now, so whatever we say, we can't have back. It's brought to you by me, a ginger with no rhythm or soul, and the namesake of the show, whose tummy is plagued by some rolls. Tommy fucking Washington, what's been up, man? How are you?
Pat, I'm excited.
What are you excited for, buddy?
To do this podcast. I'm
Okay.
waiting all day for this shit. You had to change your schedule.
I did.
So now here we are.
We're
late as
recording much
fuck.
later than usual.
Yeah, usually we're done with this. We're watching football. So luckily for me, we have football on the TV above us.
We sure do.
There's been some good games today. I know you didn't watch any of them.
No, I was working early to late.
I just want
today.
to throw this out there again. The Giants are going to win the Super Bowl. And I'm not even a Giants fan.
I know you believe that.
It
know you
happens. So you wanna start off with some mail time?
Yeah, let's jump right in.
All right. I should open all these. I usually do.
Hmm.
Real nice, Pat.
That was just an email.
Put your phone on silent.
Does that count? Email? Does email
It's a
count?
noise from your phone. So yeah, I would say.
Oh my god! Speaking of, did you see when fucking Giuliani was out in Michigan testifying, and he fucking farted in court?
Nah.
Oh my god, dude!
That's
And
funny.
he played it like an absolute champ. So he's like in the middle of a sentence, and you just hear, and he just keeps going, and the woman next to him's like.
It's awesome.
Oh god, it was so entertaining.
Hey, if you guys are watching live on here, can you tell me if you can hear us?
Or
I don't
don't
see-
tell us because you can't hear us.
Yeah. Maybe we should put a sign up that says, "Can you hear
No,
us?"
it's funny. I was just making one.
It's fine. I'm pretty sure they can. But it says my
Give that a shot.
Shit.
You did it again, didn't you?
It's on a super delay again. It's on me. I forgot to fix it. And I'm not stopping to start over.
I like
not
how you
happening.
called it a super delay. Do you want to?
Look, you can just do this.
That's what I'm saying.
Oh, Erica says she can hear us.
Oh, perfect.
All right, good. We're moving forward then. Hi, Erica. Welcome to the show.
Erica.
Pat, we got a few pieces of mail today.
We did. It was a decent mail week.
Yeah, they're pretty quick though. Most of them. There's one from that guy Dip Dizzy, whoever the hell that guy is. Super
Dizzy
upset.
dip dizzy.
Yeah, he's super upset.
It's a solid email though.
Yeah. So let's get right to it. Mason sent in an email. I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm gonna pull up whatever one comes up, Pat, and we'll see how it goes.
Yeah, instead of going in the order.
Bammo! Got Mason's first. Hey fellas, I hope I can clear up the slang word snatch for you. A few years back, when there was a video where two women are arguing. At the end of the video, one woman snatched the wig off the other's head, undoubtedly winning the argument. So now, if someone does something so devastating that it immediately wins an argument, the loser of said argument got snatched. Hope that helps.
I gotta tell you,
Mason.
this is a beautiful explanation for the term, and I no longer have a beef with it.
Yeah, I can understand that, Pat.
It doesn't have to be a logical reference. I'll take a pop culture reference as well. I'm good.
All right. I'm glad that cleared it up for you.
Me too.
I think the next one comes in from Mr. Griff. Yeah, got that one right too. Pat, you want to read this one or you want me to read it?
Yeah, Griff says, Pat, that movie theater on your lunch break idea is fucking genius. And I gotta tell you, Griff, it is fucking genius.
Yeah, I guess if you have nothing better to do with your life than to go to the movie.
You get to see, you probably finish 2 movies a week because I get an hour for lunch, right? So timing is everything, obviously. But if I could catch 45 minutes a day, it'd probably end up being 2 movies a week.
Why wouldn't you just take a 2-hour lunch break twice a week and go watch a movie?
Hold on. So I get to watch 2 new movies a week, free because you have the membership to the theater thing.
It's not free. That costs money.
Well, yeah, but I'm going to spend that at a theater anyways. On top of that, you get fucking popcorn for lunch. Who is that?
That's Mr. McCaffrey. He made it into the chat.
Is that Young Buck's dad?
Yeah.
No shit.
Yeah, maybe.
I hope you're doing well, Mr. McCaffrey.
He finally turned us on because he has nothing better to do because he's stuck at home with the vid.
Look at that. Coronavirus is bringing us fans.
That's what it's all about.
Thank you, COVID-19.
Anyway, yeah, I think it's a dumb idea. I would never be able to pay enough attention to the movie long enough to, like, I don't know how you watch movies halfway through, stop, and then start watching them again. I don't know how you do that.
Look, because my mind never stops. So, it's just sometimes in the middle of a movie, I'm like, oh my God, it's time to do the laundry or the dishes or take a shower. Or I got to go mow the lawn.
You have fucking issues.
Yeah.
Mr. McCaffrey says all good.
Oh, that's good.
He hasn't had any symptoms, so I hear. So
None?
None.
Oh, okay.
I was joking around with Young Buck that maybe it's a false positive.
It could be.
Yeah, you know what I mean? Anyway, so moving forward. Email 3 comes in from Dip Dizzy Whizzle. Oh,
easy for you to say.
Wrong one. The subject line of his email read, Tom's pussy smells.
It's not a lie. That's true.
I guess. And he said this, look, Thomas, ! If Pat didn't have so many damn brothers, I wouldn't have messed them up. I am still proud of all of them. They have done more for this country than you have. Because of them, you were able to have a podcast. Podcast is one word, Dip. Call me dumb. Dumb is spelled D-U-M-B. How about you learn to read? Yes, that was a nerve. Fucking fuck. Have a great day, Pat. Tom, I hope your day is filled with rude people. Dip Dizzy.
This is one of my favorite emails ever.
Yeah, I'm going to throw this out there. First off, you don't know how to spell, so don't worry about me reading. Second off, my day was filled with rude people. It normally is. So I appreciate you thinking of me.
This is like a war of people with oversized hands.
Listen, I thought about this morning, right? I was taking a shower and I was thinking about it. And
I'm sorry, just to clarify, Dip Dizzy Whistle. When Tom is naked in the shower, lathering his dude piston with soap, he's thinking of you.
Yes. And I thought, I thought I was very clear. Your sentiment never went away. I wasn't doubting that. I was just making a joke because you messed up the brothers. Which brother did what? We know what you meant. It was funny.
I think the frustrating part for him was that you called him dumb, not that you corrected what he made the mistake on.
Listen, Don's been listening now for multiple 20s of episodes. And you get it. And I've called him dumb on multiple occasions. Have you ever tried to read a full email from him? That was the most put together email he's ever sent in. Maybe I should make fun of him a little bit more.
You think anger fuels his literacy?
Maybe. I mean, other than a couple of misspelled words like podcast and dumb, he did a pretty good job with that one.
Those actually could easily be Siri doing that.
You blame everything. You know what? You're always sticking up for Don saying it's fucking Siri.
Is it that, or is it me fighting against Siri? Because Siri is a low-life bitch who needs to be corrected.
Well, it sounds like maybe you should get an Apple product or
I
something.
have an Apple product. That's
other
where
than
Siri is.
Maybe you should get something other than an Apple product. Since you have such a big problem with
I
Siri.
assume that Alexa has the same issues as Siri.
I don't know, because
I will say
Amazon
this,
doesn't have a phone.
At the gym, there's an Alexa, and she is not as helpful as she could be. I'm like, Alexa, play Sum 41, and she's like, somewhat? And I'm like, you're a fucking idiot.
It's not nice, Pat. Sorry for the break that I was taking a sip of my drink. But that's going to conclude mail time, Pat. We're going to be sending out the question of the week in our newsletter.
Yes, we are.
So if you want to tell the people what the question of the week is.
Question of the week is going to be, what's the best or worst gift you've ever given or gotten? So the best gift you've ever gotten or given, and the worst gift you've ever gotten or given.
And you can get that with our weekly newsletter if you go to our website, number9podcast.com. And at the bottom of the homepage, there's a box where you can subscribe with your email. That'll put you on our mailing list, and we send that out every Monday right around 11 a.m.
Also, anybody who's on the feed right now, if you haven't already, you can subscribe to the YouTube from the page that you're on.
Yes, that'll tell you every time that we put out a new video or we go live with one of these episodes. You'll also be able to see all our latest content. So when we get up to 100 subscribers on YouTube, we're going to do, most likely, Pat, which one do you want to do, the mailing list or YouTube for the staple gun?
I think that we should come up with a list of punishments and just go in order as they come.
All right. So, so when we hit 100 emails on the email list, we're going to do something fucked up to Pat, like stapling with a staple gun. Andy said that he would donate his that shoots 9/16 staples.
That seems large.
Super excited. And we got some other ones. I'm going to shoot probably a nail gun at Pat from maybe like 40 feet away.
I think that we could use like a body paint or even like lipstick would do it, and do a big like dartboard on my back and throw darts at my back. My only fear is that I don't want permanent damage. So like if a dart is going to like whack a spinal nerve, maybe we avoid that. But you know what? We'll probably call Michael and see.
I'm not going to aim for it.
Aim for what?
The spinal part that will kill you.
You're going to aim for the bullseye, wherever that lands.
Yeah, but I'm not going to hit the bullseye.
I hope not.
So you're saying the bullseye should be the spot that will kill you?
That's actually a good point. It's the hardest spot to hit on a dartboard. So if we make my spine the bullseye, chances are I'll be safe.
Yeah, I like it.
All right.
You can also check us out on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, our Number 9 with Tommy podcast, or on Twitter at Number9Pod. And again, make sure you go to the website. We put all the episodes on there, any clips that we do, video clips, anything like that, go on the website as well.
Mahomes is averaging 399.5 yards, or averaged that for the month of November.
His beast.
That's his average is some people's highlight reel, and some people never reach his average.
Yeah. By the way, I called it today. The Lions were going to beat the Bears.
I think I picked the Lions. I did pick the Lions.
I'm going to tell you this. So I'm in first place in the league right now.
Are you?
For the week. I'm tied with some asshole that picked the fucking Giants to beat Seattle.
Really?
What? And the only reason he picked them was because he has to be a fucking Giants fan.
I only have two that weren't right. The other one was I chose the Titans over the Browns.
Yeah, you're pretty far up there, which I told you to pick the Browns.
Oh, yeah, I'm one behind. Damn.
I'm super fucking pissed.
I'll tell you what, this kid that's in first, to be in first in the league by 5.
It has never won a week.
That's a monster lead.
But has never won a single week. I was looking at it earlier today. Can you believe that? That motherfucker is so consistent, but never wins a week.
Oh my God, he didn't win week 2.
I know.
Oh my God, he has had some monster weeks. But dude, last year my goal was 10 a week. If I could get 10 wins a week, and I had 10 a week and was in first place until week 16. I was averaging exactly 10 a week. I wasn't winning any weeks. I mean, actually, everything was either 9, 10, or 11. I mean, I was super consistent last year. And I had like, I want to say week 16 was like 6. And I fell out of first place. And then week 17, I got 10 and I still lost.
Yeah. I'm only 5 behind that guy, but I don't know how I'm going to make it up. This week I made a couple up on him, but it's still not looking good. All right.
I'm sure there's a purse for second place in the league. I'm sure it all goes to the team, though.
Ugh. Don't get me started. Don't get me started. Who else is in the chat? Everybody going to say hi before we start our next segment? What's up? We're on a little bit of a delay because I forgot to switch the thing again, which is on me.
Did you advertise that we were going to be late today?
Yes.
Okay.
I did that yesterday. Told my whole pool team to come on and watch. Looks like none of them did that.
Did Mr. McCaffrey go to pool?
No, that's actually how our captain sent out our score sheets for the week. And I fucking smashed it, dude.
I heard.
I fucking smashed it. So I was giving myself a little pat on the back. And then Tim was saying that he didn't think that he could binge watch so much TV. So I told him, make sure you get on the YouTube today and watch this.
Really? He should be thanking you for getting us in. Oh, Mace is on the phone. Son of a bitch. It's weird that when she writes MAS, I still read Mace. Like, I know that's what she's saying, but it's really Mass.
Yeah.
Do I want her to type MASE or MACE? I don't know. I guess I'm just good with how she does it. Oh, Mr. McCaffrey.
Yo, easy,
shots
buddy.
fired.
I'm first off, Tim, if you look at the score sheet again, I know you're laid up in bed, you're a little confused. I won 3 out of my first game of 8-ball. I lost my first 9-ball. I think it was 13-7. I won my second 9-ball, 17-3. I lost my second 8-ball, 2-1. And I won my last 8-ball, 2-0. Finished the night with an 8 on a break. It was a fucking drop mic moment. Mr. McCaffrey.
What the hell? And Mace is the one who abbreviated his name Mace. Weird.
Mass.
Yeah, Mass. Nah, because he's big.
I love the pure laziness of him not using the extra 2 letters.
Yeah, it was his own. It was him saying it. Like if his wife abbreviates it every time because she says it all the time, that's one thing. For him to abbreviate his own name, a name that does not need to be abbreviated. Yeah. Whatchamacallit, I will say, Mr. McCaffrey, I am thrilled to hear, because you hear a lot of people lose their sense of smell or their sense of taste. I'm glad you haven't lost your sense of humor over this whole thing. Oh my God. Hey, remember the one night you got skunked?
Yeah,
this guy. He is lighting you up like a fucking Christmas tree. Way to be in the holiday spirit, Mr. McCaffrey.
Yeah, he's a fucking asshole.
Why is there a space between...
I don't know, man, because he probably doesn't know how to use his phone.
What? Chris said, no, I thought you said something else. I said Mace was my bad, guys.
All right.
Oh, I know. I'm good with that.
This is great television. All right, you ready to get to the next thing, Pat?
Yeah.
Real quick, I'm going to check my phone because somebody texted me. I believe it was that asshole Tim.
That's fucked up. So I don't check my texts.
How the fuck do you tell?
What does it say?
How the fuck do tell you? Tim, you sent me a text. I have no idea what the fuck that means.
Was it supposed to say, what the fuck did I tell you?
I don't know. Well, I don't know. It was right before he started chatting. And
I told you I started my fucking franchise in Madden.
Yeah.
I've only played 1 game.
Ooh,
super disappointing.
Killing it over there.
Yeah. I got crushed too.
I feel so bad. Like, I cannot believe Seattle lost to the fucking Giants. Did you want to know what a baller day? We should just talk about football today. The Baker Mayfield balled the fuck out, dude. He had like...
I'm watching his highlight reel right now.
380 yards and 4 touchdowns.
The Titans almost came back, huh?
Yeah.
Because they were getting fucking cream.
Do I tell you? I don't know what that means, bro. I don't know what that fucking means.
What do you have up?
It's a fucking ad, dude, on the fucking website. What do you want me to do?
I don't know.
All right, so Pat sent me an article that he wants to talk about on the podcast today.
I was just curious what your thoughts were, man.
So basically, this came out in the Washington Examiner.
And it's important to note that because people are constantly like, hey, where'd you guys get that? That's fake news. Well, the Washington Examiner is a real newspaper.
Is it?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Out in Washington.
That makes sense.
They examine stuff.
Washington, D.C. or Washington State?
Man, that's a solid fucking question. I just assumed state, but you're probably right. It's probably D.C.
Yeah, I'm going to assume it's D.C. So the headline of the article is Whistleblowers. Postal Service labeled Trump mail undeliverable, 388,000 ballots backdated, disappearing quotes. So I went through and basically what it breaks down is that in multiple swing states, Pennsylvania was one of them.
New York, Pennsylvania.
No, there's more than that.
Michigan.
Yep, Michigan. Should have taken notes. But all these ballots ended up going missing, and most of these were delivered late. And one of the postal workers said that they were told to deliver the Trump ballots later than the Biden ones, and it looks like a whole fucking mess. Pat's looking for my thoughts on it. My thoughts are, is it really going to make a fucking difference? Can they really prove this shit at this point? And does it really fucking matter? At this point, I'm assuming going forward, Biden's our next president, which he's my president. It is what it is. We keep it moving. How you doing? Keep it moving. We'll see in 4 years.
That was part of my question was, does that even matter? You know,
does it? What do you think?
I was watching the Weekend Update on Saturday Night Live, and I can't think. Colin Jost was like, Trump is calling this a scandal at the highest level. And he stopped and he was like, you're the highest level. You're the president of the United States. I was like, that's a really solid point. He should stop saying at the highest level. I get what he is implying, but
yeah, I mean,
they're funny. SNL's obviously hardcore against Trump. They always will be. That's fine.
Well, it's any Republican president. If Trump ran as a Democratic president, he would be loved by all.
I'm sure. I would assume that SNL also bashes Democratic presidents as well. They're relevant. They're topical, you know? And
have you ever seen a Saturday Night Live skit where they bashed Obama? Ever?
I'm sure they exist. I will say I saw Obama go on Jimmy Fallon when he was first president, right? And I didn't know much about Obama at the time. And I was watching it. And he just like pops up on a screen behind Jimmy Fallon. Jimmy Fallon like turns around and he's like, "Oh, Mr. President, what's up?" And he's like, "I don't like the way you've been talking about me today." And it was Jimmy Fallon was making a couple jokes. And he's like, "You heard that?" And he's like, "You see these ears, Jimmy? I hear everything." And I was like, "That's a good dude. Like, excellent play."
Anyway, yeah, I don't know, man. I mean, so obviously you guys have put it all together.
So you don't think that any of this is going to get turned around?
No, I don't think that they could do enough or figure out enough to overturn all these states and some of them are by, 20, 30,000 votes, which isn't, when you look and you see a headline, it says 388,000 votes were mishandled. Then yeah, I mean, it makes it look like there is hope for the Trump campaign if that's what you're rooting for. But at the same time, do I really think that's going to happen? No. We live in the most corrupt nation on the planet when it comes to these types of things. If it wasn't corrupt with shit like this, we wouldn't even be talking about it, right? Because it wouldn't have happened.
Well, or it wasn't corrupt and this is just nonsense. Who knows? I don't know. I don't think we have the most corrupt voting system. I mean, there are places who constantly change the way they vote because of so much corruption. There are people who are threatened at the polls to vote.
Well, and that's another thing is that we don't we've never changed the way we voted. Honestly, like I knew from the beginning, as soon as they said that they were going to have so many mail-in ballots, that it was a fucking nightmare. And here's my problem with the whole. And I don't know if we talked about this on the show or not, but my whole problem with the mail-in ballot is there was, say it was half. It was more than half of the people did mail-in ballots. So there was 150 million, over 150 million people that voted.
Yeah.
So you say 75 million of them mailed in their ballots, right?
Yeah.
You mean tell me those 75 million people never went to the fucking store this entire lockdown or this whole pandemic season? Like, you could have went and cast your vote in person.
Yeah, this is, we go back to this argument of I don't understand why we can go through the drive-through, but children can't go trick-or-treating. It's the exact same thing. It's hand-to-hand. It's an exchange. So Mason said that some tractor-trailer driver drove some Democratic ballot to Pennsylvania. What he's referencing there
is what this says here.
Yeah, we're talking about the same story. So there was somewhere between 150 and 300,000 mail-in ballots headed to Lancaster, Pennsylvania. The driver who brought that tractor trailer said that the tractor trailer miraculously disappeared.
Yeah.
So then Erica,
some of them were backdated too because they had to be mailed in by a certain date. So some of these were backdated. They're saying, and to answer Erica's question is, how do they know which ones are for Trump and for Biden? I don't know how every state did it. I know that where my parents live in Virginia, on the back of their mail-in ballots, if you were a registered Democrat, on the back of your thing, it said some numbers, -D, meaning you're a Democrat. And if you're a registered Republican, it came in -R, meaning you're a Republican.
That makes a ton of sense. Also, you could probably tell for the most part, not conclusively, but for the most part, by where the ballots are coming from. I mean, if they're coming from downtown, any major city, you can assume safely that those are Democratic ballots. And if they're not, if they're coming from a more rural area, you can assume that those are going to be some Republican ballots.
Yeah.
I mean, look at the Electoral College map, and you'll see the widespread red and then the highly concentrated blue.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, I don't know, Pat. I don't think it really makes a difference. I don't think anything's going to come of it. I mean,
I agree. This is my fear, right? So for 4 years, I feared that Trump would be made to look like a monster to the rest of the world. And they tried. They tried very hard. And it's not because I love Trump. It's because I love America. And I don't want, any more than we already do, to look like a bunch of fucking idiots, right? My fear now is that 12 months from now, Biden gets dethroned because of something that's with these ballots. Somehow it gets linked to him. Now I'm fine with a couple of people from his little team or party or whatever getting in trouble for it.
His campaign.
Yeah, it can't be the head of the nation that goes down for it. I don't want to see a president impeached successfully at any point. It's very ugly. Even like the Clinton thing, what a nightmare that was.
Well, and here's my whole thing on it. Like, in the last 10 years, our media has run, and here's the thing, right? Because it's a Democratic president, and I hate to say this, the media is not going to pursue this. There's one or two news outlets that will, and that's it.
Yeah, certainly not like the lion to the antelope. They're not going to go for the throat.
So the fact that, like, I don't see any, like, there would have to be some crazy ass shit that comes. Like, look at what Hillary Clinton did, right?
Yeah.
Like, they had evidence on that bitch, and she got away with it. You know what I mean? So, I've been saying this since the beginning. It doesn't matter. Biden's not our next president. The Harris girl is going to be our next president.
We still, to this point, have Epstein killing himself.
Yeah.
If that's not enough proof that, there's a difference in the way topics are covered.
Yeah, 100%. But anyway, so to answer your question, Pat, you want to talk about it a little bit? No, I don't think anything is going to come of it. But, it's entertainment at this point. It's not news. It's entertainment.
That's a fact. Did you hear that Trump has said he's going to run in 2024?
I heard he hasn't come out and actually said that. I heard he's made little innuendos that he would.
Yeah.
But at the same time, he's going to be older. You know, he's going to be 78 years old or something like that at that point. Then you're in the same, which mentally, he's in a totally different state than Biden is now. But in 4 years, who the fuck knows? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So we'll see. We'll see what happens. Fuck it. Anyway, we're going to keep it moving. You want to do movie reviews?
Yeah.
Pat, I'm not going to lie to you. I think I might have, instead of putting in the mail time close, I think I may have put in movie time. No, I did it right. All right, good.
Good.
So let's get the movie time intro rolling.
All right.
Yeah, Erica, you're right. It doesn't matter who they're registered as. You can vote for anyone, but most likely if you're registered Republican, you're voting Republican. If you're registered Democrat, you're voting Democrat. I mean, that's how people are going to look at it. Erica voted for Biden. We're getting divorced. Yeah, I'm feeling a little tired, dude. I don't know why.
When I got here, you were wrapped up in a blanket in your pajamas on the couch watching television.
No, I was watching football. I wasn't watching television. Don't make it, dude. By the way,
what was football being played on?
Don't be an asshole, Pat. Don't be so literal. You make it seem like I was just sitting there watching a fucking TV show. I was watching football. I was watching something for our podcast.
Oh, I didn't realize you were at work.
Yeah, that's work, bro.
Getting paid by the quarter. I mean, hour.
Yeah. All right, Pat. So you watch True Romance. I watch True Romance. Let's hear your review of it first.
True Romance. A correction from a previous podcast. I believe Michael said that it was directed by Tarantino. This was written by Tarantino. It was directed by Tony something. 7.9 on IMDb. Are you ready for this? You might as well make some popcorn and sit back just for this cast. Christian Slater, Patricia Arquette, Dennis Hopper, Val Kilmer, Gary Oldman, Brad Pitt, Christopher Walken, Samuel Jackson, Michael Rappaport, Conchetta Ferrell. If you don't know who Conchetta Ferrell is, 2.5 Men. The Maid, that's Conchetta Ferrell. James Gandolfini. That's a cast. That's an amazing cast.
So let me stop you there, Pat. You say that's a cast, right? With the exception of Christian Slater and Patricia Arquette, none of those names had more than, Samuel L. Jackson's part in the movie was literally 30 seconds. They're like cameos.
Michael Rappaport's in the whole thing.
Michael Rappaport is a fucking shitty actor. So
whoa, how dare you attack the naked man?
Michael Rappaport is a fucking horrible actor, and he has herpes all over his lips.
Gandolfini had a fucking amazing fight scene with Patricia Arquette.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, so again, but you have him at the end, but like even Christopher Walken, 5 minutes in the movie.
Yeah, but that's Christopher Walken.
It's one
do
scene.
You want to watch a movie that stars Christopher Walken? I don't.
I do.
Christopher Walken serves a purpose in this world.
What are you talking about? Blast from the Past is a great fucking movie. Look, even Mason agrees with me. He hates Rappaport.
Fucking Mason. Aren't you on the phone?
Rappaport sucked.
Chris said I
name a fucking movie that he was in that he was good in. Name a movie that Rappaport was in that was actually fucking good.
He was amazing in Friends as Phoebe's boyfriend.
He wasn't amazing.
He was amazing.
He sucked.
Absolutely amazing.
He sucked.
I like him all the time. I do. What's the movie where either he's a cop or he's hanging out with a cop?
Remember that time he went to go work for Barstool and got fired because he went on Barstool's website and said that all the stoolies sucked?
No.
He's a fucking moron.
What's a stoolie?
Barstool. The people that follow Barstool, they call them stoolies. Get it? Barstool, stoolies.
Okay.
So he went on there and called them all fucking retards or some shit, and he got fired.
So Michael Rappaport goes on and makes a joke about all you stool samples. And
stool samples?
He loses his job over it?
Yes. He attacked the people that pay the bills. You fucking... That'd be like me going to work and calling all our customers assholes.
You do. You just do it behind their backs.
That's totally different. If he did behind all their backs, we wouldn't be talking about it.
I didn't know that he worked for Barstool at any point, though.
It was very short-lived. Well, and who files Michael Rappaport? He sucks.
That's true. Except for the he sucks part. All right, so back to my review. By the way, Brad Pitt's he plays like 100 different scenes.
Yeah, 30 seconds and he has like 4 words.
Francisco is not a main character, bro. This doesn't say as main characters, these 15 people will be in the movie. Dennis Hopper plays a pretty big role at the beginning. Val Kilmer plays a weird role. I like it. Which
one's Val Kilmer?
Val Kilmer would be the drug dealer at the beginning.
Oh, is that? Oh,
that's who that was. Batman. I'm Batman.
Didn't know that. All right.
So, this movie. Oh, hold on. Look up a video Rappaport did on YouTube. Search "This cat looks like grandma." Best thing he ever did.
That was the best thing he ever did. We might play that on the fucking live stream.
Now we're all Rappaport fans.
We're not Rappaport
He's
fans.
Atypical, and it's a good show, even with him being a main. What do you mean, even with him being a main character? Carissa, are you saying that you also don't like Michael Rappaport, the Naked Man?
There's nobody in our fucking chat that likes Michael Rappaport.
For the record, you should watch The Naked Man. If you don't like Michael Rappaport, this will solidify your feelings. The Naked Man is one of the worst movies ever made.
Yeah, I'm not watching it.
He just wears like a naked suit through the whole movie. It's terrible. So this movie, classic Tarantino kills. There's a lot of really cool kills, especially involving guns. There's a great plot, very solid dialogue. 7.9 seems a little bit high to me, but given the level of enjoyment that I got from a movie that was 27 years old, I'm inclined to agree with the rating. Maybe it is a 7.9. I think it's a must-see. It's about a guy who meets a hooker, steals a bunch of coke, marries the hooker, ends up on the run from the mafia. Fantastic final scenes, which Tarantino is he's a good closer to begin with. Everyone should check this one out. Again, True Romance. I believe, was this $4 on Amazon? Yeah.
Greatly overpaid for this one, Pat.
Go ahead.
So Pat agrees with the 7.9. I'm going to go out on a limb and say this fucking movie sucked. It fucking sucked.
We're back to Tom being Tom with movie reviews. Here we go.
I'm not, like, you agree that was a 7.9? I would maybe give it a 5.5, 6. It wasn't interesting at all. It was very predictable. You knew what the fuck was going to happen. It wasn't. I think it has a 7.9 only because it's written by Quentin Tarantino. Because after I watched the movie, I went through and I looked at all the Quentin Tarantino movies. You know what his lowest rated movie is?
What's that?
7.4 on IMDb.
Was that one of the Kill Bills?
No.
What was it?
I think it was like Hateful Eight or something like that.
Okay.
But yeah, it like even a 7.4 on IMDb is extremely high. So for this movie to be ranked a 7.9 is fucking disgusting. It wasn't good. But again, it's 27 years old. Maybe when it came out, it was a great movie. I just don't see it.
So let me ask you. You said this movie was super predictable. So when this guy meets this girl, you knew she was a hooker?
No, but I already knew that she was a hooker because you and Michael told me.
Hold on. So you didn't know she was a hooker. Then, when he takes the drugs from the drug dealer and runs away with the hooker, you knew the mafia would show up looking for their drugs?
Yes.
How would you know that?
Because they showed up at his dad's house looking for him.
No. But before the mafia was in the movie, you didn't expect them to randomly just drop a whole mafia into the movie. There were tons of parts of this movie that would have been very surprising.
Well, I know, because when somebody shows... Okay. You're right, Pat. I'm sorry that you're being Mr. Literal. And
you said it was predictable.
It was predictable. As the movie went on, you could see what was going to happen.
Sure.
When the mafia shows up, they're going to show up in LA to kill him. And you just knew how the movie was going to... There was no twist. There was no, gotcha moment.
Okay.
Going back to Michael Rappaport, in that last scene there, he runs out of the room.
Yeah.
You have no idea what happens to him.
What would you predict happened to him?
I don't know. He's gay. So probably got banged in the butt.
All right.
Erica says it was a little draggy and tough to get through in the beginning.
Interesting.
I agree.
I completely disagree for two reasons. One, I love Christian Slater. And two...
So does Erica. I found out today that my wife has a crush on Christian Slater. Because I said, whatever happened to that guy? She goes, I don't know, but he's so dreamy.
Arkansas Dave Rudball right there. Also, I love Patricia Arquette. Patricia Arquette was in Dream Warriors. That's right, Mason. We're back to Dream Warriors. And,
I've never seen her in any other movie.
because you refuse to watch Dream Warriors, Tom, and I've repeatedly asked you to watch it.
Is that the Freddy Krueger thing?
No, it's a comedy.
No, it's not.
Yeah.
It's a Freddy Krueger movie. I'm not going to watch that. But anyway, more importantly here. More importantly, I also watched... So I'm going to review Fear. That's the next one. And then I have something to say.
The press was standing there and fired him from Barstool. End of movie. Oh, Prez. Okay. Yeah.
Like
Mason. Very nice.
I like it. So I watched Fear because that was... So these are two movies that were recommended by Gallagher.
That's
Fear,
true.
which is Tony's all-time favorite movie.
To be fair, Tony has a very homoerotic passion for Mark Wahlberg. She was in the TV show Medium. I used to love that show. Yeah, Patricia Arquette, super underrated. She was in a lot of stuff.
Okay, moving on.
And they made her sexy as shit in True Romance.
Yeah, she was pretty... But anyway.
Until she got her face bashed in.
Wow, that was the best part.
Wow. Wow. Domestic violence
Fear
joke, something you got to deal with.
Fear is a movie about a girl that's in high school. Her and her friends skip class. They go to this bar or something.
Reese Witherspoon, Alyssa Milano, Mark Wahlberg. Am I forgetting?
It doesn't
anyone?
matter who the fuck's in it.
Who played Reese Witherspoon's father? I can picture him.
Yeah, I don't know his name.
Okay.
Dude, I'm horrible with actors and actresses' names.
You know who's disgusting at that? Tony.
Well, he should be disgusted. So it's about this. So they meet, and then I don't know. They start fucking dating, and the guy's a total lunatic, and the girl doesn't see it at first, but then she does see it. But like typical woman, she falls for his apology.
Wow,
that's a typical woman thing.
Okay,
no, are you disagreeing with me?
Okay, first off, I didn't want to interrupt your movie review. But yes, I vehemently disagree with that statement. Oh my God.
You don't think that when a man cheats on a woman, and
are women more accepting and more forgiving? Yes, absolutely.
That's all I'm saying, Pat.
Okay.
Typical woman.
Okay.
So she falls for it, and then she breaks up with him again, and then he goes a little fucking psycho. And whatever. The movie is not good. It's not fucking good at all. I don't even know what the IMDb is. I think it was like a fucking...
Eric nailed who he was. It's Grisham from CSI.
Yes.
He's in a lot of stuff, but that's probably, I would say that's by far where he's most notably from.
Yes. That's who the father is. Doesn't matter. It sucks. Don't watch it. So, yeah, I'm not...
Fucking Mason said, you say the actor doesn't matter, but imagine anyone else playing Rappaport's part and immediately a better movie.
That's a good point, Mason. That's a good fucking point. Touche, sir.
Fucking Mason, good for you. Mason's just firing off comedy today for us.
Thank God. Something has to be funny. So yeah, it was not good. Right? I was not impressed with it.
Let me ask you, because I haven't seen it in 20 years. That's probably not an exaggeration. I probably haven't seen the movie in 20 years. Do you think it was good in the 90s or no?
Again, it might be like another one of these True Romance movies at its time. Mark Wahlberg was just coming out to one of his first movies.
Right.
Well, he's a hot young actor.
Alyssa Milano's at the top of her game. Reese Witherspoon's at the top of her game. Also,
I wouldn't say at the top. They were all starting out.
I'm also a teenager. And you've got Mark Wahlberg with Wild Angels playing in the background, finger banging Reese Witherspoon on a fucking roller coaster.
Yeah.
To me, I'm like, yeah, let's do this. Yeah. So I don't know.
Yes. So I would say 18-year-old you loves it.
I'm just firing off knuckle children.
Yeah.
Like,
if
hoping
Colin
nobody
watched
walks
that
in my
movie
bedroom.
today, would love it.
Okay.
I'm a 31-year-old male. The movie fucking sucked. Okay. It's a teenager movie, which explains why Tony loves it.
Can you... Well, actually, all of us, I think, are drawn. Those are really good years of everybody's life. We say the youth is wasted on the youthful. You don't enjoy a movie about high school or a television show about high school?
Not anymore.
Really?
Well, no, that's not true. Like the movie that's on, or the show that's on Netflix there, All American, great fucking show. Yeah, great show.
About high school football, right?
Yeah. But again, that's like there's realism there, right?
If you like that, you should watch Friday Night Lights.
You tell me that all the time. I've never seen that.
It's a good show.
I'm not gonna watch it. But anyway.
All American's definitely more serious.
So anyway, I just want to throw this out there real quick, and then we're going to move on to something else that I want you to watch if you haven't watched it.
Are you going to rate Fear?
Yeah, 0.0.
Okay, so you're giving Fear a flat line, and you gave Tarantino's written
True Romance
a 5.5.
5.56.
Okay.
Let's call it a 5.7. No, seriously, Fear, I would give it maybe a 5.
Erica said roller coasters were in both of the movies Tom's reviewing. That's pretty funny.
Yeah. When they take the kid on True Romance, when they take the director's guy there that's doing all the work for him, getting them together, trying to sell the coke, and they take him on the roller coaster and he gets sick. Yeah. That shit's hilarious.
Well, I watched that.
Hey, Erica, easy in the chat.
Whoa, no, why?
Because she's ruining the fucking show.
What do you mean?
Because that was what I was going to move on to, Pat.
All right, well, she just segued you.
Yeah, she's fucking segueing, all right.
God forbid Erica be on the same page as you.
I'm going to fucking delete Erica out of the chat. She's not going to be able to.
Don't you fucking
I'm going to
dare.
disable her from the chat. So
Erica
anyway,
and Mason are running the fucking podcast right now.
If you're listening to the show,
what happened to Mr. McCaffrey?
Don't watch True Romance and do not watch Fear. The Gallagher brothers are no longer, with the exception of Steven, allowed to make a recommendation for a movie.
Just to be clear, the highest rated movies from the podcast have invariably come from the Gallagher family. And the lowest rated movies have invariably come from the same guy who's telling everybody not to watch the best rated movies across the world. I don't care about the rating
of the movie. The movies are not good.
Because your viewpoint on these movies is on point. Nobody else's opinion could possibly matter. You know best. I bet you would say that fucking Romeo and Juliet was off. Oh, you know what song came on the fucking radio today? Speaking of movies. And I could not stop fucking laughing. And it comes on all the time. It's on one of my playlists. And I'm listening to Spotify. I'm not actually listening to the radio. Is I Don't Want to Miss a Thing. I was almost in tears laughing because I was thinking about your obsession with Armageddon. I was fucking dying, dude.
It's a great movie.
Oh my God.
That's a fucking 9.9 all day. Anyway. So all I'm saying is that Tony and Michael should be very ashamed of themselves. And Steven, you're more than welcome to come on the podcast whenever you want and recommend a movie. Because Pulp Fiction was decent. Anyway, moving forward. Have you watched Cobra Kai on Netflix?
Tom, of course I've watched Cobra Kai.
Oh, you have?
Come on, bro.
Motherfucker. All right, never mind. Fuck this segment. We're moving on.
Tom, okay.
I watched the first
season. I didn't realize that you were a Karate Kid fan. Did you watch Karate Kid as well as a child?
Who hasn't seen Karate Kid? That's a fucking 9.8.
My mother will tell you that I knew every word of Karate Kid. I used to watch it over and over and over, and just I knew all the lines and I would talk through the whole thing.
And obviously, the real hero in that movie is Johnny.
No. Yes. So, have you seen the YouTube video that proves that?
No, I'm joking because that's what.
Do yourself the favor. Watch. I'm sure if you just look up like who's the bad guy in Karate Kid or Daniel was the bad guy in Karate Kid, you will be hysterical because it's so logical the way the guy lays it out, and it's you know what it is? It's somebody who's being literal. He's just like at the very beginning of the movie at the beach, the blonde haired guy there, fucking Johnny. There you go. Johnny.
Yeah, Johnny
gets into an argument with his girlfriend. Nothing happens. It's just an argument between two people. And Daniel gets in his face and a fist fight ensues. But the guy beats Daniel in the fist fight. So the guy narrating this thing is like, so here's a couple who has a perfectly standard argument. Nobody is doing anything violent or doing anything out of the ordinary. And Daniel goes over there, incites violence, loses the fight. And immediately everybody feels bad for the guy. You're just like the whole fucking thing. It ends with he wins the fucking karate tournament with an illegal kick to the face. So the whole thing is just beautifully done. You should watch it.
You've seen How I Met Your Mother, right?
Yeah. It's the same thing.
The whole bit, the entire show. It's hilarious. But yeah, Cobra Kai, if you guys haven't started watching it. So I came home the other night from work. And my son and wife are sitting in the living room, and they're on episode 2. We didn't go to bed that night until we finished season 1.
Oh, I haven't finished season 1.
What?
No, yeah, Tom, you know me. I feel like I got the majority of like I got a good start on it. I'm probably more than halfway through, but I'm not going to pick that up again until.
There's a second season already out, right? And the third season comes out in January.
Bro, I started a new franchise of Madden and I've only played one game. It's not good. My time is very limited. Emily takes a great deal of my time. Speaking of, I told you this already.
Is this a movie thing?
No.
Or should we keep it moving from here?
You can keep it moving.
All right. Let's tell the YouTube channel whatever the hell you're about to tell us.
So I came home today after working from 8 to 3 on my day off. Oh, I'm not crying at all. I love it. It's overtime. Let's go.
Yeah, it must be nice to get that.
But I came home and my entire house is clean. The fucking bed is made and gained because I have Febreze with Gain that I spray on everything before I leave the house. When I come home, it smells good. So she slept over last night. I go to work. I come home. She's gone. She's gone to the mall to go Christmas shopping with her mother. And everything in my house is mint. It was wonderful to walk home to.
Now, Pat, just imagine if you were married. That's the type of life you would live.
That's not true, Tom. When you get married, Tom.
When I get married, what?
Not you specifically.
Yeah, I was going to say, because that's the way it is in my house every day.
That's because your wife is a goddess among men.
Yeah.
She walks a different plane. Okay. She can't go to a horse stable and ride a horse. She has to ride unicorns because she's magical, Tom.
Yeah. I mean, it seems like maybe you found one of those. Maybe you should put a ring on it. You know what I mean?
I got to tell you, later in the episode, we're going to get back onto this topic. And it's weird that you never talk about Emily. And for some reason, you're now advising me to propose to her. So we'll get back to this. Not the proposal part, but we'll get back to this.
Oh, I never talk about Emily?
No. We can't talk about Emily because the only thing I'm going to do is tell sex stories. And then she's going to be mad that I talked about sex on the air.
Are you going to propose to her on the air?
Ooh. The next time I propose, and we know it's going to happen, I propose all the time, every time I date somebody. So the next time I propose, I'll do it on the podcast. We'll go live stream. We'll do it on YouTube.
That sounds like a horrible fucking idea. I hope she says no. That'd be even better.
I mean, for ratings, I agree.
No, for your self-esteem. All right, Pat. So you put a new segment into the podcast here.
Mason, I have no choice but to not believe that you emailed us because I don't see your email. I wasn't going to read it on the air because we'll save it for next show, but I don't see it.
I got it.
Did you really?
Yeah.
Motherfucker. Don't say what it is, but show me. Have you seen it?
Mason, well, first off, let me fix this. Oh, boy. Mason, I just want to clear something up for you, buddy. It's not Thursday.
What's that got to do with anything?
When you read his email, you'll figure it out.
Oh. Maybe he sent the email with the knowledge that we weren't going to do it until Wednesday night, Thursday show.
No, he started the email off with, "Hey guys, it's Thursday night and I'm watching your live stream."
Mason, you back on the Corona?
Jesus Christ.
You've been Coronaing again?
Well, I'm glad you realize it's Sunday, but in your email it says it's Thursday.
Thanks for the update.
The fuck? Mason, what do you have for dinner? Doing a couple bourbons or something? As soon as I sent it. Yeah. All right, let's get into this next segment. All right, Pat. So you put in a new segment for the podcast. It's a little about us.
Yeah, it's not really a segment. Like we're not gonna keep doing this. I just figured there were some people who gave some feedback that they really enjoy.
Pat, before we go any further, I want to say
I like it better when you just cough to interrupt me.
I want to congratulate you.
Oh boy,
and us.
Here's the most sarcastic thing I can. Oh, I know what you're going to congratulate me and us for.
Yeah,
Muss.
And I want to thank all of you. Yesterday we hit 2,000 downloads.
If you're doing math in your head, that's 1,000 2 times.
Yeah. We hit 2,000, over 2,000 total downloads.
That's 20% of 10,000.
We started in August, so we're about 4 months into this thing.
By my math, that's $500 a month.
Yeah, we average about 500 a month, Pat. That's pretty good. We really want to be averaging 1,000 a month. That's where we want to be. So I think our goal should be by August of 2021, we're at $1,000 a month.
I think that's very realistic.
Well, it starts with you guys in the live chat and listening. Tell a friend. Tell some people. Number 9 with Tommy podcast. Greatest podcast out there. We talk about fucking nothing all day long. It's great.
Word of mouth is the best advertising, especially for us because we prefer free advertising. By the way, I'm going to spoil your Christmas surprise.
Don't do that. I want to say
That's fucked up, bro.
I hate to steal things from other podcasts, but
Do you?
yeah. How you doing? Keep moving.
Right.
But as another podcast that I listen to says all the time, we want this to be a mental vacation for people. You know?
You couldn't have just made a different version of that and made it your own?
I'm not smart enough to do that, Pat. That's why I need people like you with me.
Valid point.
Yeah, I'm not good with the words, Pat.
We want your brain to be on an island of independence.
Yeah.
I'll get there.
Yeah, I like that. What's my Christmas surprise?
It's actually yours. It's Carissa's. It's Mason's. It's Mr. McCaffrey's. It's Erica's. Everybody. I'm like Oprah on this one. You're all getting bumper stickers. I'm doing it. I'm making the bumper stickers. And I think they're going to say number 9er.
Do you think I'm going to put a bumper sticker on my truck?
Oh, you're not going to have to. I'll make sure it gets on there.
Don't you dare put a fucking bumper sticker on my truck, Pat.
Tom.
That's not a good
If
idea.
I don't put it on there, nobody's going to put it on there.
Just so he knows I hate him.
I'm going to email Rappaport. Oh my God. That's fucking amazing.
There's your word of mouth. I love
Oh my
it.
God. Mason, this is a great idea.
Mason, if you email him.
Mason, if you plan to legitimately email him, we're going to need to live stream that on the YouTube.
No, you know what we should do?
Mason, write the email. Don't do anything beyond that.
No, you know what we should do? This is a true story. We should take the clip out of Mason talking shit and all of us talking shit about Rappaport. And
I'd like to point out that not all of us were talking shit.
well, you love him. But you and his fucking herpy lip. But
What the fuck?
he has a herpy lip. I have a shirt with his face on it with a big ass herpy on it because it's something with a Barstool. It's
Just
funny.
to be clear, who else's face do you have on a t-shirt?
I don't know.
So the only person whose face is on a t-shirt that you can think of that you own,
I have Pat
Is
McAfee's.
Michael. So there's 2. One guy you definitely want to fuck.
I don't want to fuck Pat McAfee. It's actually
And
his
Michael
mug shop
Rappaport.
photo. It says St. Patrick.
That's
It says
awesome.
St. Patrick's Day. It used to say he has one out too that says allegedly. It was when he had the long hair. Shit's hilarious.
Just it sounds like you're a huge Rappaport fan. Can we buy some magnets and put the bumper sticker on the magnets for you? That's a great question. Great question from Erica Washington. Can we put the bumper sticker on a different piece of material and then stick it to your truck?
I want to throw this out there, Pat. I let you
What if
live
we put
here.
a cloth under the magnet, but I get magnets that are good enough to still hold?
I just want to throw this out there. I let you live here for 16 months
It's true.
because you need some help.
Yeah.
And my Christmas gift this year is a 99-cent bumper sticker.
I'm not sure that I'm willing to pay 99 cents, Tom. I'm going to get a better deal than that. I'm not getting you a fucking hammer. Jesus. It's Christmas. It's not your 25-year anniversary.
All right.
You're
all
a
right.
sick fuck.
All right, let's do this next segment. I just wanted to congratulate you and us and thank everybody for downloading. Let's keep it going. Tell some people. Tell your friends. Tell your neighbors. So you want me to read all these or you want to read these?
Well, we're going to each give answers to them. So if you want to take the odds, I'll take the evens.
All right. Pat, who do you look up to the most and what qualifies makes that so? And what qualities make that so? Family excluded.
Okay, so outside of the family. So in my head, I'm thinking like not necessarily a celebrity. I mean, it could have been a political figure. It could have been really anything, but not somebody who's in your circle. You know what I mean? Because it's easy to say mom and dad.
Yeah.
I went with Will Smith or The Rock.
It doesn't say or. That says and The Rock.
It doesn't say and. It's a comma. It says Will Smith, The Rock.
Okay.
Both for pretty similar reasons. I mean, they had not the greatest circumstances coming up. Both transcended multiple, I don't want to say forms of media, medium, but like they platforms. They've both transcended platforms. You know, Will Smith went from music to television to movies. The Rock went from he went from football to professional wrestling to movies. They're both highly entertaining. I think that they're both loved by all shapes, sizes, colors, sexual orientations. They're just very, very clean and enjoyable people. They have the it factor all the way across the board.
Can I throw two things out?
Yeah.
There's two people that I know of that do not love Will Smith.
Really?
Yep.
You know two people who don't like Will Smith?
Yep. Nick Moraldo.
Who's that?
He works with Pat McAfee. He's on the Pat McAfee
Can we talk
show.
about real people?
He's a real person.
Okay.
And his wife.
That doesn't count as one person?
Will Smith's wife.
Wow, how incredibly inappropriate. What a piece of shit. Wow. Is it warm in here? I feel like somebody just got burned. Jeez.
Horrible person.
We need the AC running right now. Tom is taking shots.
For me,
Mason said, I'm surprised it's not Eminem. Mason, I'm not going to lie. I am very impressed with Eminem. The most impressive thing about Eminem to me, other than obviously, he is literally the single greatest user of the English language. I mean, if Eminem and Shakespeare could fucking battle, I would do anything to watch it. But Eminem, the most impressive thing he's ever done is stay out of the fucking spotlight. The man makes all these albums, and when he was young, he got into a lot of trouble with the law and stuff. But the fact that he hides and just cocoons himself into his own little world and doesn't milk that teat for everything that it's worth. He's been in one commercial ever, and it was for the Detroit Car Company. You know, he was on a Chrysler commercial in the Super Bowl that I can think of anyways. It's amazing. It's amazing that he doesn't fiend for that spotlight more.
Did I tell you that for the first time ever, yesterday I heard the Machine Gun Kelly diss track towards him?
Really?
Yeah.
It's great. Rap Devil?
Yeah.
Did a great job.
Yeah, I don't listen to a lot of rap, so.
The problem is that's the best, by far the best Machine Gun Kelly song ever made. And I did listen to Machine Gun Kelly after that song because I thought, wow, if this is the level this guy performs at, I'm very interested. He's not very good. He's very rock and roll, which you don't get at all out of Rap Devil. Lyrically in Rap Devil, he does an amazing job. The problem is the only thing he's doing is using Eminem's words against him. So he's taking the greatest rapper in history and going, okay, he said this, this, and this. I'll make fun of him for those things. Without Eminem doing it first, you just have a shit rapper making a song.
Yeah. For me,
and Eminem's responses destroyed him.
Since we're going with, it seems like, obviously, a number one influence in my life would be Pat McAfee.
That's somebody that you look up to?
Yeah, absolutely. He's a year or two older than me.
Mm-hmm.
He was making millions of dollars to kick a football a few times a week. You know what I mean? At a game.
Yep.
Left all that because he wanted to pretty much he wanted to entertain people. He knew he was funny.
Sure. He felt he had a calling.
And he took a fucking bet on himself, hired his boys to work with him, moved them all to Indianapolis, and now they're just rolling in the shit.
Absolutely admirable. I agree that's a great story.
So, and to say that he came from nothing, I mean, he came from a middle class family, you know what I mean? But he's self-made, you know what I mean? He didn't have any advantages.
Yeah, he transcended the middle class.
He actually played. So in high school, he was a big soccer player.
That makes sense.
He had more colleges looking at him for soccer than football.
Yeah.
The only reason he started getting looked at for football was because he won an underground poker tournament, won $1,500, flew himself to Miami, did the punt, pass, kick competition, and fucking won it.
Huh.
And his parents never knew.
That's awesome.
Until he got back. And then he started getting looked at by colleges and decided to go to college. And he was actually a field goal kicker. He wasn't even a punter. When he got drafted as a kicker, not a punter, and they trained him how to be a punter.
Yeah, that's a pretty good story. And actually now he's not only in radio and video entertainment, he's on television weekly.
Yeah.
And better than any other celebrity crossover who's ever done it.
Yeah. He's and he inspired me to do this. I mean, what's better than sitting around in a room with your boys and just talking shit all day about what's going on?
Yeah, I will reference like fucking Hank Jr. and Johnny Cash and Willie Nelson, those guys, for shouting each other out in music long before rappers did it. But then rappers, it became very commonplace to, like give credit to your friends. The other thing that rappers are very good at, which you're talking about Pat McAfee doing, is Eminem brought up D12. Nelly brought up the Saint Lunatics. Fucking 50 Cent brought up G Unit. Biggie brought up the Junior Mafia. I mean, those guys are very good at taking care of their own. And it sounds like Pat McAfee did the same thing. He took care of his people.
Yeah. Which is very admirable. What's the next one, Pat?
What would your perfect day be like from start to finish?
I don't know, man. Just a fucking day at home, relaxing, chilling.
Okay, so you're staying home.
Yeah, I don't like going out of the house. I don't like people.
Who's with you?
My wife.
Okay.
Kid.
Okay.
That's it.
What are you eating?
Food.
Obviously, Erica's cooking it because she's a chef quality cook.
Yeah, she's pretty good. I don't know, man.
Those two conversations just tied right into each other. Ludacris put one of his friends through culinary art school and then hired him as his personal chef.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. A perfect day is just no stress, really. You know what I mean? It really doesn't matter what we're doing. We can go do anything. As long as there's no fucking stress involved, I'm down for it.
Okay. I went with no negativity. It's funny you said no stress. I said no negativity.
Same thing.
Yeah, pretty similar answers. My whole family would be together, probably at the beach. Good water temperature, good waves, and then maybe we stroll home, have a little barbecue, and some kind of competition. Whether it be like we do. Last time everybody was in town, we did a tournament in Excite Bike. So I had a regular Nintendo, and we just like tournament style played the shit out of Excite Bike, which was fun. We play football, we play bocce. I don't give a shit. We have a lot of fun being competitive with each other.
What's your biggest fear, Pat?
Not being the first one in my family to die. I want to go first.
That's gonna be pretty hard. You're the youngest.
I know. I've spent a lot of time smoking cigarettes and eating tacos to make sure that I can make this happen. The problem is I can't kill myself. I can't bring myself to do it. So I've got to die of natural causes before. I mean, my mother and father are in their late 60s, and Steven has been through some very unhealthy physical areas being deployed. There's a lot of, I can't think of what the term is, that he's confident he'll die like before his 70s because of whatever that was. Kind of like the soldiers from Vietnam die young. Yeah. So I don't know, short of maybe just a heart attack or a car accident, maybe I just get fucking sniped by, somebody who isn't even mad at me. They just kill me.
I want to go back to the last question because we got some answers in the chat for the perfect day.
Okay.
Or the perfect day. April 25th. Not too hot, not too cold. Perfect date. Haha, miscongeniality.
Mason, the best thing is Mason said the same thing.
Yeah. Mason, you worry sometimes.
No, hold on. That scene in Miscongeniality is hilarious.
Yeah, sure. My biggest fear.
Hold on. Speaking of, my brother just showed his daughter Heat with Sandra Bullock and Melissa McCarthy. She didn't think it was funny.
I don't know if I've ever seen it.
I'm pretty sure she's 12 or 13. First of all, oh my God, are you kidding me? That's your next movie. It is the single funniest.
Oh, we can't add any more movies until I get the movies done.
Nope, I just added it. The Heat. It's the single funniest dual female-led cast I've ever seen in my life. I don't typically find females as funny as I find males. I don't relate.
It's pretty sexist.
No, not at all.
Pretty sexist.
I'm not saying because they're not funny. I'm saying because I don't relate to their sense of humor. Tom, are you hating on Sandy B?
No, first off, Sandra Bullock is one of the fucking hottest women I've ever seen in my life.
So fine. She ages like a fine wine.
And Mason, next time you spell my name Tom like that, I'm gonna fucking slap you. It's Tom.
Listen, Thom. When You got to watch The Heat, bro. It's
called The
fucking
Heat or Heat?
Heat.
Heat. Okay.
No, you know what? De Niro and Pacino were Heat. This is called The Heat.
Okay.
And it is hysterical.
Okay. We'll watch it, maybe.
Erica, you're on that.
My biggest fear would probably be my wife dying before me. Because let's be honest, I can't function without Erica at this point.
That's a solid point.
Yeah, I'm fucked if something happens to Erica.
Agreed.
Number 4, Pat, that's on you.
What's something that not too many people know about you? I almost actually texted you this question so that you would have time to think about it.
Yeah, I don't know, man. I mean,
Yes, Erica.
I mean, I'm pretty open about a lot of stuff. Like, I don't like being around people.
Oh my God! Fucking now, Carissa's calling you Thom. If you get paged at work tomorrow for Thom, I expect you to laugh.
I won't get paged at work tomorrow. I'm not there.
Oh, son of a bitch!
And by Tuesday, you will have forgotten.
Oh, no fucking question.
Here's one for you, and you're gonna find this like shocking. I hate being called Tommy.
I don't find that shocking at all. You say it all the time.
To you, I've never said it to the people watching.
Oh, okay, yeah. So the number 9 with Tommy podcast.
Yeah,
he hates the name Tommy, which is coincidental. I'm not the number 9, so yeah.
I'm not a big fan of being called Tommy. I mean, obviously, it has grown on me since we started doing this. Obviously,
well, yeah, you're like becoming numb to it.
Yeah, it is what it is.
I still, to this day, we've said this before on the podcast, when we have the number 9 as a reference at work for anything. So we never talk about where we work, but let's just say we work at fucking Taco Bell. We don't. If somebody ordered a number 9,
we'd be like, with Tommy.
Yeah, I repeat it over the PA system or whatever.
Apparently, Chris said I have told the podcast I don't like being called Tommy.
Oh. Well, but I always say number 9 with Tommy coming up.
Yeah. Pat?
I prefer to spend the majority of my time alone. I don't know what that says about me. It's always been true. I actually think it's a testament to my parents, not me. But as the youngest of 5 boys, the last thing my parents wanted was for me to fucking pull at their, pants and ask them questions and bother them. And my brothers, they were all older than me. So I just got really comfortable in my own skin and doing my own thing. And I still really prefer a lot of my alone time to be just me. I say that because, like, your alone time is with Erica. You know what I mean? Like, you don't, in that place, in a marriage, you spend your alone time together. That is your alone time. I'm not saying personal space.
I guess. I mean, I spend a lot of my alone time down here.
Yeah. Short of when I was with Satan and the children were a part of my life, the children didn't affect my alone time. Like, I still was comfortable with the 2 of them being around. But I even, like, when I was married, I needed time, like, to myself, just away from everybody else.
Yeah.
And I very much, like, Emily and I have a really good thing because there's a lot of mornings where we both work early. We don't spend that night together, ever. And that works out beautifully because, I desire to see her. Like, we're not getting tired of each other. But also, I get to have that space. And I don't know, man. I just, like, I want to scratch my balls and watch, the same thing I've watched 100 times and not give a shit about anything. And just
the same porn over and over and over.
I can't do that.
You still have the same DVD from when you're in high school?
I do have porn on DVD.
Jesus.
But I have a huge DVD collection. But yeah, God knows, man. I don't even know what you could do with that. You can't trade it in.
Resell it. Who was your best teacher in school and why?
So this is a weird one. Your teacher's never going to hear this answer.
Mine may.
Is this going to be... can I guess at yours?
Sure.
High school shop teacher.
Yeah.
Nailed it. Why?
So his name is Mr. Howard. Great guy.
I've met him.
Yes. He's since retired. But he still runs his own little side business. No free ads. H&H Stump Grinding.
What is it?
H&H Stump Grinding.
Okay.
because so I made him a deal my freshman year, right before I was accepted into the automotive shop, that I would join the wrestling team if he put me in auto, because my grade wasn't high enough from exploratory to actually make it in.
Okay.
And he fucking put me in.
Was he the wrestling coach?
Yes. And I never joined the fucking wrestling team.
Did he break your balls about that?
Never. Not once. Mainly, he told me I couldn't wrestle either because I smoked, so I'd have to quit smoking. So really, he was just looking out for me.
The difference between a high school and a tech school, right there.
Yeah.
Teacher's like, well, you're gonna have to quit smoking.
Yeah. He's just all around a great guy. He really believed in, like, I don't want to say everybody, but in me, he believed in my passion for it. And I'm the first one to tell you, I'm not a great mechanic. I'm an okay mechanic. I'm more of a people person, but I have the ability to retain information and remember what the fuck I did. So that's helped me a lot through my career. So yeah, he's had a huge impact on my life. He's one of the first people I told I was having a kid when I got the devil pregnant.
Everybody has a devil.
And like I bump into him now still, and we talk and shoot the shit, and he just really he gave me a lot of I want to say advice and a lot of help growing up, I would say.
Okay. Do you think we could get him on the podcast?
I can work on it tomorrow.
I'd like to see this man on the podcast. I will prepare questions, and we'll have a fucking ball. We
have a story. Jeff and I say it all the time. When we were in high school, we were probably freshmen or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't remember what the fuck. I think we were going on a field trip or something. And we did something to piss him off, man. And he fucking freaked out. He's like, "You're all just an ungrateful bunch of little bitches." And fucking lost it. So that was pretty funny. But yeah, I'll shoot him a text tomorrow and see if he's down.
Absolutely.
I think it'd be a good time.
Yeah. I think it would be a great conversation given the time that we're in the place that we're in America. The debate of tech school versus college, technical college versus
I'll tell you right now, hands down, if you have kids and you're listening to this show, the only answer you have is to send your kids to a tech school, because they can still go to a normal college after they go to tech school, but at least when they get out of the tech school, they have a trade that they will be trained to do. And yes, some of them require more training after high school, but they have the foundation already built.
I agree, and I will see your answer and raise you. I think a year of tech school should be mandatory. I don't know how they would make that work. Maybe they would bring in tech courses into
a lot of the
schools.
high schools offer shop classes and shit like that.
It shouldn't be offered. It should be absolutely mandatory. Finance should be mandatory.
Oh, I'm with you.
Personal finance. And absolutely, you should be able to sand cabinets. You should be able to paint a wall. You should be able to
change a fucking tire.
Change a tire. You should be able to change an outlet from 2-prong to 3-prong. All these things that every single person will run into the need for. It's not will you ever need to change your tire? Yes. At some point in your fucking life, you'll run into the need to change tire.
Learn how to hang a fucking wall mount in your house.
You can call AAA, or you can already have that knowledge. It takes 10 to 15 minutes to change a tire. Max. If you're stuck on the side of the road in not the greatest conditions.
Griff changed a tire on 95 in New York.
Yeah.
In 4.5 minutes.
I believe it. Because
and this is the same kid, Griff. I'm sorry, man. I'm going to bury you right now. This is the same kid who asked me if my tires cost more because I had 6 legs. So, and he knows how to change a tire.
What's great is he didn't ask if your rims cost more.
He didn't know that they were different.
Huh. Okay.
I was confused by the question as well when he asked me. It's quite the story. I called him 6-lug for a long time.
That's great.
He's a great guy. I love Griff.
That's fantastic.
But again, he's not. And listen, Griff, I think Griff downplays how crafty he can be with his hands and shit, and not knowing.
Sure, he overcompensates for the fact that he's not as good as the people around him by saying he's completely useless.
Yeah, but I've been to his house and seen some of the shit that he does. Look, Tim's dying because I've told Tim this because Tim knows Griff. But he, I've been to his house and he's built some shit on his deck and stuff in his quarantine.
Yeah.
He does great fucking craftsmanship. He really knows what he's doing. So, but we all have those blonde moments.
We do.
You know what I mean? Where you're like, hey, I'll never forget it. We're sitting outside his place of work because I was working for him one night. And we're talking about my truck or whatever. And he goes, so your tires cost more because you have 6 lugs? And I'm like, huh? Like, do they charge me more to change them? And he's like, well, no, do they cost more? Like, because there's more lug nuts. And I'm like, Ryan, the tire comes off the rim. What do you mean?
Did he think that it was one piece?
I think so. I'm not really sure. I imagine he's seen a tire outside of a rim before. I think he was just having a blind moment.
That's awesome.
And I've never let him live it down.
That's great. I wish we asked him his most embarrassing memory.
So, who's your teacher?
So I will preface this by I have Corey. We both know Corey. Most of the people on the podcast, most people listening know Corey from
Navy Corey?
Yep, Navy Corey.
Oh, okay.
Okay. So Navy Corey comes into work. He's, 17, and he is motherfucking this teacher. He hates this guy. This guy's a piece of shit, blah, 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 blah. And I'm like, what's this teacher's name? I'll go fuck him up. And he's like, man, fucking Mr. G. And I'm like, hey, Corey. Now, we don't go to the same high school. I went to a high school in a different town entirely. And I'm like, what's the teacher's real name? And he's like, Grunerud. And I'm like, hey, Corey, if I talk to Mr. G, we're going to fuck you up. Because Mr. G is my single favorite teacher ever. And he's like, what the fuck? You had him? You didn't go here. And I'm like, I know. He was my teacher in my school I guarantee his.
I guarantee his
Mason. That's fantastic. Mr. G on our first day, I'll never forget it. So it was like, I want to say it was a drama class. I can't remember the actual title of the class. It was English, though. It gave you English credit. So I did the same thing everybody else in the class did. I went, what the fuck? I get to watch movies all day? And I'll probably get an A for it? I'm in. So Mr. G on the first day of class is like, I understand that you signed up for this class because you assume that you will get an A for watching movies all day. And I'm like, oh, fuck, he knows. He knows. So he's like, I'll make you guys a deal right now. You show up to class and you do the assignments, and I will never give a homework assignment. You just do what you're supposed to do in class. I'll give everybody in the class an A, and there will be 0 argument. And I'm like, that's a bold statement, right? Like, he can't do that. But this is a guy they should make movies about, right? And you see movies about influential teachers all the time. You've never seen a group of 20 kids work harder to get an assignment perfect, because we weren't fighting for the grade. We were fighting each other. We were trying to one-up each other for a year. You watch these 20 students, and some of us knew each other. We liked each other. Some of us got along. We hung out outside of school. Some of us would never spend a second with each other outside of school. But in that fucking class, we worked our balls off together. And he would give us improv assignments. So you would have to go up to the front of the class, and he'd just pick 4 people and be like, you, and you. Go over to the front of the class. You're a spaceman. You're a cowboy. You're a farmer. And you're the president. And the 4 of you are trying to figure out how to make pina coladas, but nobody's ever taken a school on bartending. Go. And you would hear the most we were in tears for half this class because we had so much fucking fun and we took it so seriously. He got the absolute best out of everybody every time. He also is the guy, he put on a black and white movie. I don't know, maybe some holiday at the beginning of the school year. And I remember him hitting play and just going, I've got to stay awake for this. I've got to stay awake for this. And it turned out to be, it's called A Night at the Opera. And it's the Marx Brothers. Now, you know me. I have every movie ever made by the Marx Brothers. I have every book ever written by one of the Marx Brothers. I have every television show that the Marx Brothers have ever taken part in. Even Harpo's cameo in I Love Lucy. They're fucking hysterical. And that was his thing, was look how funny these guys are together. They play off of each other. You know, this one's the straight man. This one's an Italian immigrant. This one doesn't speak. And they work so well together. And it was just this new world. And I was so dreading this black and white movie. And I could not fucking wait when I got out of class to go find every Marx Brothers movie ever made because they were so good. Mr. G truly opened up like an entirely different world. So, fast forward now. I'm working with Corey. And who comes in for an oil change but Mr. fucking G. Because Corey told him what I said. And he was like, oh, so you guys work together. He's like, I need an oil change. I'm going to come down. So he comes, and I'm ranting and raving about this guy. There's a lobby full of people. He's blood red. He's mortified. And I'm walking him to his car afterwards. I'm going to put a little sticker in his window. And he's like, I got to tell you, that was the nicest thing anybody's ever said about me. And you did it in there. And I think every one of them believes every word you said. I can't believe I made that big of an impact on you. And I'm like, I can't believe you can't believe that. I'm like, you don't hear this all the time? And he's like, no, Patrick, most of my students hate me, just like Corey. And I was like, what the fuck? I was like, dude, like how? And he was like, because they don't get, like the me giving them an A and them working for themselves instead of for the grade is lost on a lot of people. And I'm like, no, not on me, man. I got it. I mean, when that class was over, the only regret I had in high school was that I didn't get you 4 years, man. And he was like, well, that's very nice. Like, this is definitely the greatest affirmation I've ever gotten as a teacher. So if I can get a hold of that motherfucker, and I don't know how I'll do it, I'm pretty sure he works at a high school in Bristol, one of the two. I'll see if he wants to be on the podcast. He was a smart motherfucker.
All right. Sounds good to me. All right. So that pretty much...
We got a would you rather.
All right. Let's do it. Do you want to do it?
What do you mean?
Well, it's kind of running kind of late.
I'll take off the shit Tommy's kid says.
I didn't know that was on there.
And I'll take off the Christmas memories. I don't know how you didn't know it was on there. It's right there.
It wasn't on there earlier when I looked.
Yeah, I wasn't done. I will not take off the last thing there.
So why don't we do that?
The present one?
Yeah.
We'll do that
we'll push
after.
These to Wednesday.
We'll do that after Would You Rather.
Okay.
And we'll push everything else. I mean, we can push the Would You Rather if you want. And we'll just jump right down. So you can plug us on the podcast, and then we'll do the present one, and we'll be done. You got to do the next up.
So you don't want
show.
So you don't want to do Would You Rather?
We'll do it next time. That's fine.
Entertain the YouTube, Pat. Entertain the YouTube.
Yeah, Mason, I know what school he went to. By the way, there's no E in Corey. I don't know why he spells it weird, but there's not. There's no...
You get super fucking pissed when you spell with an E.
I try to drop as few hints about, like, personal details as I can. I don't know why. It's not like anybody's hacking us, but I didn't want to say out loud what high school he went to.
Yeah, it's real nice.
But yeah, I'll call the school probably Wednesday and see if I can't get his email, and I'll go that route. He's gonna be like, no, absolutely not. Fuck you. You know what I just thought of? I wonder how many kids say that their favorite teacher.
Oh, we're gonna have a special guest on the next show.
We're gonna have a guest. Motherfucker, you wanted me to find a guest for every show. I said every other show.
I didn't know anything about it. That's all I'm saying. This is news to me too.
Surprise.
All right. So on the next show of Number 9 with Tommy podcast, episode 37, we're going to have hopefully some answers to the email question, which was, what's your best holiday memory? Right?
Nope.
Best holiday gift.
What's the best or worst gift you've ever given or gotten?
Yep. We're going to have a special guest, some holiday fun, embarrassing holiday moments, NFL reviews. And that's pretty much it. You can check us out on Twitter at Number 9 Pod. Make sure you give us a follow. YouTube, Facebook.
That's an alarm.
Every fucking show. Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, Number 9 with Tommy podcast. Make sure if you're following us on YouTube, you subscribe to the page. We need to get those subscription ups. And make sure you're going to the website, number9.com or number9podcast.com, going down to the bottom of the home screen and subscribing to the email list. You can also donate to the podcast there. There's a little donate button on every single page. And if you're watching the live stream, you can also donate. There's a little link in the description that says tip, and you can give us a tip. Pat?
All right, so this is my question, and it's not just for you. It's for anybody listening. Feel free to type in the chat. Feel free to email. So Emily and I have been dating for Christmas. We'll make it about 5 months, right? I think July, August.
Yes.
Yeah, 5 months. It'll be 1 day short of 5 months. I have made the mistake. I think we've actually discussed this on the show before. I was dating the Antichrist, and for our first Christmas together, we'd been together short of a year, but maybe 9 or 10 months, maybe 8 months. And I got her a laptop and I got her a digital camera, and they were very, very nice laptop and digital camera combo because she had discussed an interest in photography. So I thought that was like, how much better of a gift could I possibly get her? What I didn't consider was she was a single mother. She had zero money. Now, I bought the entire Christmas for the kids, and she had no problem with that.
Of course not.
I volunteered to do that.
Of course you did.
The problem came when I opened my presents. She got me a Star Wars lunchbox and thermos, and I was fine with that. I really was. When I saw her face when I opened my present, and I was very grateful, I knew immediately what a piece of shit she felt like, because I just gave her a laptop and a digital camera, and she gave me a lunchbox. And I learned that lesson, like, I should be considerate of what they're capable of. I never would have considered that I could be an asshole by giving her exactly what she wants. But it really was an asshole move looking back. So my question is, Emily, what kind of, like, what range are we looking at for me to get her for Christmas?
That sounds like that's something you guys should talk about, not us.
I'm curious what everybody's opinion is.
Pat, I'm the wrong guy to ask.
Because your answer is nothing. I don't get anybody anything.
No, I think in your situation, you guys should definitely exchange gifts. But again, I don't know that much about Emily. But I would venture to say that she doesn't need or want for much.
No, yeah. So there's that. She's well taken care of.
Yeah. So
she has a job. She does not have children.
Yeah, she takes care of herself. She's financially independent.
Yeah. So, like, do I just, like, is this like an opportunity to get like lingerie and like some massage oil and just make it like a romantic thing, or is this? Do I buy?
Why don't you say, hey, what the fuck do you want for Christmas?
I have asked her.
Mason, you're a good man. Saying that's smart.
Carissa, what the fuck? Why do you guys not exchange gifts on Christmas?
Because why would you, dude? They don't need or want for anything. There's no point.
I agree. It's a talk you should have with Emily. Shouldn't be a money issue. Should be more thoughtful than money. I think that you guys should talk about what you want to do regarding Christmas gifts. I'm not saying that I'm not going to talk to her. It's very easy for me, though. Like, should I just say, like, let's set a dollar amount?
Yeah.
I can do that.
If you're worried about feeling like an asshole because you can spend $2,000 and she can only spend $1,000, and that's what you're worried about, or she can only afford to spend $200,
it is awkward, man.
Is it? You got her exactly what you wanted.
That's probably my worst Christmas memory ever. Was
I'm not gonna lie to you,
the laptop computer.
In the other situation,
yeah,
she was a piece of shit. So who cares how she felt? First off, second off, she didn't spend any money on her kids that year. She could have spent a little bit more money on you.
I'm not sure that she could have.
She could have.
This is a girl who is making $12.50 an hour, living on her own with 2 children.
Pat, I'm sure she could have afforded to buy you something a little bit better.
Yeah, I mean, she could have sold some feet pics or something. What the fuck?
Yeah. Want to be a photographer? Take some naked pictures, sell them, and buy your hubby something nice.
Mason said, if we want something, we buy it. Mason, I don't know if you remember Jack from the Bristol store. But Jack, who was very, 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 very Polish, that was his thing. He would say, Christmas for us is whatever day we choose Christmas to be. And he would say, like, if I want to surprise my wife, I'm going to surprise my wife. If I need jeans, my wife doesn't even ask me. She's looking at, like, as she puts my laundry away, she goes, next time I'm at the store, I need to get Jack jeans. And it was just a very logical, like, we don't do gift exchanges. But if she buys me the jeans, she'll wrap them, because even if it's something I need, it's her saying, I was thinking of you while I was at the store today. This is what I got you. And they kind of made like gift exchange a very commonplace thing, which I thought was cool. The idea of not doing Christmas, though, there's something to Christmas. I feel like people should exchange gifts. And if it's if it's like he says, if we want something, we buy it. So how about this? What if
hold on? Why are you trying to change the way that all of us live our lives?
Because it drives me banana.
Well, you're not part of our life, so it doesn't matter.
First off, I'm part of every one of your fucking lives. True, Mason, and that is Tom's argument. However, I like making Tom think about getting me something, putting actual thought into it. Okay, so to Erica's point, that's where I'm headed. So, Tom, I could give you the perfect gift for Erica.
I'm still waiting on my fucking birthday gift from you, so
I can give you the perfect gift for Erica that would truly move her. It's not something she needs. It's not something she wants because she doesn't know it exists, right? So now she opens this Christmas morning and she's like, holy fuck, this is awesome. And this is something she can look at all the time. It's not a video game. She can't play with it. It's not a movie. She can't watch it. But it's something, we'll call it a piece of art. It's a piece of art. It's a conversation topic. It's something, trust me, people would ask about. And she would have this story to tell of how her wonderful husband got her this thing that she didn't even know existed. For the record, Mason, you could get Carissa the exact same fucking thing, and you guys would look like superheroes.
Here's the thing, right,
and
Pat?
They would feel good.
Here's the thing, Pat. They get a gift every morning that they wake up next to us.
Mason, that is correct. It drives me banana. So Gorilla Monsoon, I can't believe you don't know this as a wrestling fan. Gorilla Monsoon would say that, like, you know, oh my, the attendance here is pandemonium. They're going banana. But he never put the S on it.
What is wrong with you?
I feel like now that he has the explanation, he will eat his words.
I don't think so.
Tastes like karma.
Anyway, yeah, Pat, I think this conversation that you need to have with her.
So where we're at is you guys are absolutely useless to the gift giving process, and we're at, Patrick, you should just have a conversation with Emily.
Yeah, I don't know why you felt like you had to talk about this on the podcast.
This is, I just feel like the number Niners could have come up a little stronger on this one.
Yeah, but Pat, situations.
Fact, I could get Emily the exact same thing that I'm telling you to get Erica and Mason to get Carissa, and we would all look like superheroes.
Pat,
why is Erica vomiting?
Because you're talking. But more importantly,
that hurts.
Situations are situational, right? It tastes like bananas. Or banana.
What the fuck?
I don't know. But listen, situations are situational, and your situation is totally different than everybody else's. So you need to talk to your wifey about that.
I guess it's a conversation we're going to have. It's difficult. Oh, God. I'm not sure I can get a true answer out of her. I mean, what if she really wants something, but she's like, well, that's too expensive? Or
but you need to explain to her that money is no object for you.
That's not true, Tom. Money is an object. Money is an object for everybody. I'm the same guy who won't spend $7 on a hammer because I think we can all agree tons of that's money, outrageous.
But on the same token, you spent tons of money on a worthless broad. Bought her a laptop and some fancy camera.
Digital camera.
A digital camera. And you're not willing to spend the extra money on Liz?
Tom, we should mention that I actually bought her 3 laptops, 2 digital cameras over the years.
Listen, Emily deserves...
She got a laptop every other year.
Emily deserves the best.
I don't disagree. Emily's great. Are you trying to convince me to spend thousands of dollars on Emily?
I think she deserves it.
Oof, 5 months.
She sleeps with you, Pat.
Tom, I'm on your side. That point alone is the entire argument.
Yeah.
If she's willing to lower her standards to fuck a fat ginger, and listen, man, we're talking an asthmatic, jiggle stomach, fat ginger. And, I mean, the majority of the time, I don't know, maybe 70-30. I'm on top.
Ugh.
Yeah. So imagine the rainfall of fucking salty sweat dripping onto her face. Why would you do that to her?
That poor girl.
It's gross.
Anyway, Pat, I think this is the end of the road.
I don't disagree.
I want to thank everybody for listening, everybody for watching. Check us out. Number 9 with Tommy Podcast, Facebook, YouTube, Instagram. Make sure you're subscribing and following, liking. And give us a follow at Twitter at Number 9 Pod. Again, thanks for listening. We'll see you on Wednesday/Thursday.
I say good day.
Sorry about latency, guys. I forgot to fucking change it. Sorry, Mason. So bad. Thanks for watching, guys. We'll see you Wednesday night, 7:30, or about. You get it. If anybody's looking for an update of the Kansas City-Denver game, 3-3. It's tied, second quarter.
3-3, Kansas City is winning. Let's call a spade, bro.
You're an asshole.
You have to show.
Oh, you want me to show
You
that
have
on
to
the
show
podcast?
Pat the cat that looks like grandma. The Michael Rappaport thing. You also have to watch. Fuck, what was the video I told you had to watch? Oh, the Karate Kid one. Oh my god, he has a ton of stuff. Just type in Michael Rapp. Oh, you spelled Rappaport, right? I feel like I've seen that. Are we off air?
No, we're live on YouTube.
What the fuck is that?
I have seen this.
What the fuck is that? A fucking cat? Hey,
That is a hideous.
don't fucking look at me like that. That's a weird looking fucking cat. Ma! Yo, there's a stray cat outside. I don't want it starting a fight with Lucy. Lucy, it's okay. It's okay, Lucy. Don't worry about it. Ma! Ma, there's a weird fucking stray cat outside. It looks like grandma, the fucking thing. Hey,
that
get the
real?
fuck out of here.
Oh yeah, it's
I don't
moving.
even know if that's a fucking cat. Blink, motherfucker. Hey, no.
That's funny shit. Look up.
That's definitely the funniest thing that he's
Look
ever
up.
done.
The Karate Kid was the bad guy. Stop it.
It's 4 minutes, dude.
What are you in a fucking rush?
There are infinities that are bigger than other infinities.
Now that we've helped people customize and save with Liberty Mutual, we can finally do some beach
Once
reading.
again.
The Karate Kid is the story of Daniel, a violent sociopath who moves to a California town and begins tormenting a
serve it
local
up so
boy
you can
and his
hear this.
friends. Johnny is a high school senior with a commitment to atone for past mistakes. The Karate Kid is the story of Daniel, a violent sociopath who moves to a California town and begins tormenting a local boy and his friends. Johnny is a high school senior with a commitment to atone for past mistakes and move his life forward in a positive direction.
So, ex-degenerate, man. 8 a.m. tomorrow, I'm a senior. I've got 1 year to make it all work. And that's what I'm gonna do. Make it work.
They are destined to meet when Daniel's neighbor invites him to a beach party where he becomes instantly obsessed with Johnny's newly ex-girlfriend, Allie.
Zack Morris is a jerk. Is
After a
wonderful.
courtship ritual consisting solely of creepy, unbroken eye contact, he approaches her, only to be summarily rebuffed. Johnny arrives to patch things up with Allie, but the discussion becomes heated.
Well, I want to talk to you, all right?
Now I want to be clear about this. What Johnny is doing is not okay, and he should respect her wish to be left alone. Johnny is, in the end, a flawed hero. But one thing he is definitely not doing is getting violent. Daniel, however, seeing an opportunity to insert himself into Allie's life, chooses to escalate the situation, demanding the return of Allie's radio. Frustrated and heartbroken, Johnny complies with Daniel's request, and in the heat of the moment, pushes him down. Daniel now has the radio, and Allie is still in no danger. Nevertheless, he attacks Johnny, who merely steps aside, allowing Daniel to knock himself to the ground twice.
I didn't do anything.
But when Daniel refuses to let it go, Johnny must use force to end this violent outburst, for the safety of everyone present. So what is Daniel's response to Johnny's non-aggression? Pow! A sucker punch right to the mouth. Johnny defends himself, as is his legal right, and then de-escalates the situation by leaving the scene entirely. The next day in school, Daniel trips while playing sport ball. Rather than accepting that occasional bumps and bruises will happen during playtime, Daniel instead externalizes the blame onto Johnny's friend Bobby and proceeds to ground and pound him, MMA style. A few days later, Daniel attempts to enroll at a karate school, obviously intending to up his game so he can get revenge on Johnny. Put it this way, how would you feel if someone picked a fight with you, lost, and then went out the next day and bought a gun? Well, that's exactly how Johnny feels when Daniel shows up at Cobra Kai, so he decides to send a message. Your violence will not be tolerated, because Johnny knows what can happen when you teach karate to a person with a bad attitude. Months go by, and no one bothers anyone. Clearly, this conflict is over. Until Daniel, unprovoked and for absolutely no reason, drenches Johnny with water in the middle of a school function, ruining his night. To add irony to injury, Johnny was at that very moment sparking up a J, which is just about the least violent thing you can do.
Weasel snagged the bee. All right.
But I digress. Daniel has crossed the line this time, and he knows it. After causing a multi-car collision, he flees into the night. There is no telling what further damage this unbalanced and violent individual will do, and once again, it falls on Johnny to contain Daniel's fury. After local busybody, karate master, and child batterer Mr. Miyagi intervenes, Daniel convinces him that this is somehow all Johnny's fault. So they go to Johnny's sacred place, the Cobra Kai studio, and challenge him to yet another fight. Johnny accepts the challenge and even agrees to refrain from defending himself against any more of Daniel's unprovoked aggression until the match.
No one touches the prima donna until the tournament.
Daniel, of course, sees this as a license to continue to harass Johnny in public with impunity.
Alright, watch this. Hey guys, how you doing? It's good to see you. Hey, sorry about the eye there, Johnny. Shoulder okay, Tommy? You guys be careful not to go stepping in front of any more buses now, alright?
The day of the tournament arrives. Johnny is there, defending his title. Daniel, meanwhile, is a danger to himself and others as he doesn't even know the basic rules of engagement.
Alright, what are the rules here?
Don't know.
To no one's surprise, Johnny advances to the final round, and karma catches up with Daniel when his leg is injured by the boy he wantonly attacked on the soccer field. However, just as Johnny is about to be awarded his trophy, Daniel is granted unnatural strength by the demon sorcerer Miyagi, enabling him to defeat Johnny and win the tournament in an upset. Ever mindful of good sportsmanship, Johnny lets go of his sadness at losing, subjugates his ego, and personally presents Daniel with his tainted blood trophy. May you choke on it in your wet dreams, you rotten little prick. Thanks for watching. Please click like and hit subscribe if you'd like to see more videos like
Mason, I didn't see that they're making a sequel to Happy Gilmore or The Waterboy. They are already in production of Billy Madison Part 2.
Nice. Maybe those won't suck like the rest of Adam Sandler's late movies.
Did you ever watch Hubie Halloween?
No.
It was good. And Grown Ups was great.
Grown Ups was good.
What movies are you referring to as second?
First off, Grown Ups was made in like 2009.
What movies are you referring to as sucking?
Sandy Wexler.
What?
Sandy Wexler.
What's that from?
It's on Netflix.
That's the name of the movie?
Yeah.
I've never seen it.
Give it a watch.
Diamond Gem, Gemma, Jack Steller. What was that movie? Untouched Gems,
Yeah.
Unturned Stones.
Oh, you said Billy Madison and Waterboy, not Happy.
Oh.
All right, guys. Well, thanks for watching. We'll catch you next time. Deuces.
I second it.